This is from Yellow Flash right
So
now.
they're after Kersha again, popular VTuber, has a nice audience. Actually, I think she usually has about 3,000 people watching her, somewhere around there. So nothing to sneeze at. Big audience. And she's rising up in popularity. She's going to be more popular after all of this uh, trash that's trying to cancel her fails because she's getting more support than ever. But there's a lot going on with this. They've been going after her hard for like 2 weeks. Specifically, one journalist over at Vice. I hate calling this person a journalist because they're anything but. But this person is a failed VTuber, this Anna Valence, failed VTuber. And I guess in the past, Kersha laughed at this person for getting rejected, and they've had a hate boner for Kersha ever since. And this is a very toxic person, this Anna Valence. Has really disgusting fantasies about.
So what I'm here, so what's going on right now is this controversy. So like, I still didn't. I have made the video, recorded myself the video, but upon the Cinder situation, actually, like I did a video for the Cinder situation before, but I didn't upload it because it was just too long. I tried it had to be re-edited, so I had to do a whole other edit session about Cinder. Um, so what's going on over here is this with Kershey apparently because the Twitter police is trying to cancel her and all that shit. Do you have wait, Loyal says, what, do you have the same name on Instagram on X Twitter? Look up to my subscriptions. Go to click my description right here and down below. Like click to my description, you'll see my profile pictures. Yeah, and there you see my then you'll see my art. Then you see my Instagram and you can follow me. But like as I was saying, yeah, like so what's going on right now is that the, like the Twitter police is going after the living fuck out of this of Kershey, right? Though this is like a situation kind of like separate from Cinder. Cinder is getting like is getting the flames up in her already for they're doing all this kinds of manipulation, all this toxicity that's going around in the VTuber industry, all that good stuff. Shit, and especially what's they got she got helpers. She's got her boyfriend like happens to be her manager, and then a few other some friends and fans who are trying to defend her at will, because of this because of her allegations that it's just going out of control. Kirsche, on the other hand, is known to be like people calling her white supremacist and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't I really I have been recently getting to a lot of these right wing stuff, but again I'm trying to get out of the right wing stuff per se. Although it all comes back to seeing a VTuber being this way. I mean, yeah.
Struggle snuggling cis women, as they say, and wants to have breeding facilities. That's the dream world of this person. But that person's going to tell you what's morally right or wrong to say. It's really messed up. These people on the left, man, they need to get a new message. And the people that push their message are usually disgusting freaks. I've noticed that seems to be a trend with them. But here's where a lot of this started to kick off back on May 5th. She had a take on that Shiloh Hendricks thing. And that's, of course, she needs to be canceled for that. People should be allowed to voice whatever they want to say. You should be allowed to voice your opinion. And that's just not how it works with a lot of these radical leftists. You're not allowed to voice your opinion. So they went after Kersha hard, and now they're defending the writer who's getting a lot of shit on the internet. It's like they expect.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how they're that Vice I haven't heard Vice in days, which I've expression for years. I haven't seen Vice in days. like about reporting some good shit ever since right after, like I think that, like after the pandemic, Vices just stopped right there, and it just went woke. On the other hand, and the fact that they're going after gamers and even VTubers nowadays, it's like it's hilarious, man. It's kind of hilarious, but that's how the cancel culture is. The cancel culture. If you allow these people to, right, to say or to do what they want under and put their whatever stupid ass law they put in your content in your behalf, they will push it more and more and more, playing victim. You don't let that, bro. Like fight them off. That's one. But also, that also clues to the right wings. Both sides. One side is pink hair, antidepressant, and Ozempic, as like lesbian couples, right? They're like they don't want to lift because they're too fucking sensitive to the heart over the littlest of things. And then you got the other side who is the traditional, the strong, always bullying the idea of escapism, bullying those to always that just want escapism, want fun, and want the freedom of expression. I have freedom of speech. Of course, you have freedom of speech, and I respect you. But don't. But to fucking like bash my ass over like and wave your Christian flag like it's a battle flag. Like for example, baggers in the comment section saying repent to God, repent, repent, repent. Here we gotta repent, represent. We gotta fucking repent. Hey, like something like that, right? Yeah, pink hair, like yeah, like you got both sides, like coming after you again, and therefore that's why that shit get gate kept, and especially with this one, like you got people trying to cancel you for your freedom of speech, which is funny as hell, like to kind of imagine it, like these people dare think that they're gonna get justice. I seen a bunch of comments about this situation with Kirsche, right? Yeah, like these are indie VTubers, gamer subs, and all that good stuff. So let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So when you get attacked by these people, they expect you to not move. You're supposed to sit there, take it, maybe take yourself out, go lay
Oh
down in a
yeah,
ditch and let a car run you
yeah,
over.
yeah.
That's what you're expected to do. And then when people fight back, then they totally and instantly become the victims of the situation every single time. So what happened was this game called Crime Bosses, which, by the way, Kershaw totally built the community for that game. It wouldn't be shit without Kershaw. And got a video right, or got some examples right here of all of the times Kershaw has promoted this game.
Hmm.
For all the people claiming Kershaw only had a tiny impact on Crime Boss viewership, here's a sample of streams where she played the game. I checked the VODs to make sure she actually played. The views in this image alone total 480,000 just on YouTube from a sample of her streams. She built this game, and they dropped her for hate they weren't getting. They weren't tagged in anything. Nobody even really knew they were working with them. Well, they thought this would bring in a new audience, boost them to a new level of popularity, and that didn't happen. In fact, they screwed around and found out real fast. Here's what it looked like before and now after. So the community that she built for this game reacted and are now review tanking it. They're changing their reviews, number one. So they're going in there and taking their positive review and changing it.
How hard of an L do you have to take for just abandoning or just kicking out of a very known YouTuber, that is of course not I show speed level like I saw before in China, but like managed to do that just because she has like these beliefs and political beliefs that me I too can agree and disagree too. But She got followers, bro. You could have taken that chance, but no, because of her white wing kind of like speech and shit. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't give. I don't give. If I could have taken that opportunity, but no, they canceled you, and then now look what happened. Look at the ratio. They ratioed this game. They ratio game the company, thinking that would be a good idea. That shit went bad. They took a whole 180 from literally one day in May. This happened around last week. This shit happened last week. That's the crazy thing right there. Do not, Dave, if you don't want escapism, if you hate the fan service, to get out of here. Get the fuck out. Period. That's all it is.
because they're not happy with what's going on. And I'm here for it, man. Screw this game. And it actually sounded like a game that I would have been into playing because it's supposedly like Payday. And I like games like that. Not gonna happen now. Here's Asmund Gold's take on it.
I think that advertisers need to realize, and this is what I think that we need to do collectively as as a community, like not just me, but like in general, is that we need to come together and just absolutely, totally, like if somebody gets taken off of a sponsor because of like something bad that they said and it's not really bad, it's just like taken out of context, I think that we should absolutely shit on them. Like 100% we should. Because there needs to be a awareness that this type of behavior isn't acceptable in the public anymore. And I think that it's not. And yeah, we need to cancel culture. Yes, and the way that you do that, by the way, like Amber Heard. So I think a really great example of this is like Bud Light. And it's also a lot of gaming companies. Gaming companies now 100%. Are terrified to do anything because they're worried that people like me might make a video about it and they might...
Who, by the way, has like almost 60,000 people watching him just when he streams. And he's about to start multi-streaming, so it's going to get even bigger. It's going to be bigger than he is already once he starts doing that. His YouTube videos, I mean, dude can make a video about the plants he watered. I'm just saying, for example, a total...
Man, he's still having that beef with Hassan Abi, didn't he? Is he still having that beef with Hassan Abi? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below, or anybody after I upload it. Also, leave in the comments if there's still a beef with Hassan Abi. Because I know Hassan Abi is about to get arrested. That's for sure. I know Hassan Abi is about to get arrested for the shit he keeps saying in terror, like with Hamas and Israel and in Yemen and all that stuff. I mean, like he's gonna get what's coming, bro. He's not gonna get the Johnny Somali treatment, but he's gonna get the treatment. He's gonna get the Korea treatment. I'll tell you for all that sympathizing.
Really boring subject, and it would probably get 1 million views. So absolutely, companies are terrified of it, and that's kind of why it's stupid for these companies to side with these freaks, these radical leftists, because their message, people are tired of it. And you know what this is? They're going after. You know why they're going after Kershaw so hard? I'll tell you why. They're doing it because they want to control VTubing. They want to control it like they tried to control video games. They kind of already do control video games. And that's why there's a gaming crash looming too, because these people are terrible at what they do.
Yeah, even Gatsu did a new video about the tariffs, and we're still suffering from the tariffs. I'm eating rotten goddamn bananas. I'm eating rotten ass bananas that I just recently bought out of Publix because I needed to make my school lunch, and I got gnats all over my ass. I mean, he talked about the tariffs, putting aside. Yeah, and especially with that, he also remember playing the second Last of Us. As a foreigner, as a Georgian, as a fellow Georgian, everybody's saying that shit sucked ass. It sucked so terribly, the gameplay. And the audacity to HBO daring to use that freaking that game, that sequel, knowing without even know. Matter of fact, I don't think they'd even know. It's the game developers who thought there would be a good idea to just execute Joel, right? Execute Joel, even though because he killed the father of Abby, but could have kept it alive for a long run. He could have kept it in the middle, somewhere on the end, right? But no, you had to kill him from the straight go in The Last of Us, and then the entire gameplay is just bad bitch girl boss power. What are you doing, right? And then you put it on HBO. Dog, it was a shit show, bro. It was worse than the Game of Thrones endings. It was way worse than the Game of Thrones ending.
Do. They have a shitty message that nobody wants. They're always running around talking about combating hate when they're the most hateful pieces of garbage on the internet, talking about love is the way while they want to stick a knife in you for having the wrong opinion. They want to control VTubing because they see that VTubing is a rising thing. So they want to get in there and they want to get anybody that's not running around like a Stalin clone out. They want to gatekeep it out, and it's not working. Nobody wants to watch these people. And I'm going to show you some funny stuff, but we'll finish this out here.
Totally shit on the game and destroyed the game's popularity. I want to say that good. Absolutely. We want you afraid. We want you to not feel like you can do this kind of stuff. And I will continue to use this power as a weapon against the people who have weaponized it against me. And so this is what I will continue to do. I think these people are absolute fucking parasites. They are awful people. Yes. And also, beyond everything, they are dishonest. Mm-hmm. They are lying.
Crazy part is that I think everybody still remembers this, but I went to a Black Lives Matter protest back in 2020, and I was a jit at the time. I wish I was back a jit. I wish I was a jit back then, but I didn't capture it before. But like, I went to I remember the time when the George Floyd protest came up in Orlando in the city, everything is peaceful. Everything was well and peaceful, right? Because we marched. There's a difference between what's happened in Washington versus what happened in Orlando was totally different worlds. This was Juneteenth at the time. I brought this out too. Like the difference between what went down in Michigan, in Chicago, and California versus Florida is that Florida is a red state, but the cities are blue. Center. It's very center, right? So, but what I'm trying to say is that we marched for the metaphor. We marched for the metaphor. We did not march for the organization because we know that the organization is like Marxist. It's anarchist. It's an anarchist group. And you get these anarchists, these antifas, as they call themselves, anti-fascist, which are too far left that you can't even see them going all around in Twitter and trying to be all SJW and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, all that stuff, you know. But also, who's to say too that there are some people, extreme ass people who follow Aspengold, extreme ass people who do follow Kershey, who are some extreme ass people who do follow um, Andrew Tate and all that good stuff. I'm not saying that these people are terrorists because there are terrorists all over the world that are never on those sides. But who's to say that they'd be the same thing trying to do cancel culture too? Yet again, what's going on over here with these people trying to hunt down and put down Kershey is them taking the fattest L since Conor McGregor getting his ass beat, getting his team beat, and all his friends and families and fans the worst humiliating ass beating back in 2017 in Las Vegas. That's what's getting wrong, right? Because they think they can do this, they can get away. I'm not trying to be all right wing all this. I'm center. I'm already so centered, all right? But I did I already been. I went to May Day protests in Orlando recently with the hands off, which I agree with them on one hand, but yet again, shit like this is just retarded, retarded, retarded. I'm neurodivergent, but I, as a neurodivergent person, I know these people are fucking retarded for trying to cancel shit.
And
Percent.
they are dishonest. And they're trying to force people into behavior.
Yep.
Concord put the fear of God
Nailed
in
it.
them. Yes, exactly. And
Concord
so
did.
whenever any of
Oh, Concord was good days. Good days.
these things happen and somebody loses a sponsor or they like support somebody like this, I think you should absolutely shit on them as much as you possibly can to make advertisers terrified of making these decisions again.
I agree with him 100%. By the way, it's always good to do your own thing like I did. Made my own comic book. It's currently available for sale. I won't be dropped from my publisher, Ripascend,
I really want to do my
because
own book.
they don't do this kind of bullshit. And I can say whatever I want because I'm doing my own thing here. It's a fun action comic. The link is in the description. Check it out. So I want to show you something before we close out of here. Now, I've showed you the graph. All right, it's from Hayden Wayne, good guy. Check out his channel too, Hayden Wayne 75. Now, what's really funny are some of the reactions. Okay, so this Crime Boss game, people were like, "Hell yeah, instant buy! Really happy to see the devs stand against VTubers and similar brain rot content. Seriously, I never understood the appeal of males in their 50s role-playing as Japanese little girls. Nice to see at least some devs have common sense. Since Payday 3 is trash, I'm gonna look into this game. Seems fun." Did they buy the game? Did they? No.
They didn't.
No, they did not. And I got more, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a very leftist VTuber, which is all these journalists want. They only want far leftist people VTubing and having any popularity. That's what it's all about. It's about control. So this person originally said, "I know what I'll be streaming next week." And then they come back and say, "Okay, so I've learned Crime Boss features Chuck Norris, who is homophobic." I didn't even know. That's new. Homophobic slurs. You know what the homophobic slur is? Candy ass. Shit that The Rock used to say. That was new to me. Caricatures, people. Misogyny. AI art. Is this why these people supported a shitty game and pretended to like it until the devs dropped Kershaw? Is the bar so low for them? So this is the audience that you thought you were going to win over, Crime Boss. Man, you messed up big time. You killed your game. These people never support anything. Ever.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted? Okay. All right. Sleep with a bunch of wild dogs, you're probably going to get fleas. So this is the result of the cancel culture.
I'm gonna have to discuss with
Massive
Binary Mind
support.
about that fucking scrolling
Massive
idea. I like
support.
that.
Look at
I
all
think it's
these
like the best
follows
one that I can
rolling
think
in.
of off the top of my head.
Follow,
Holy
just
shit!
follow, just follow, just
Holy
follow,
shit!
just
What are all
follow,
those
just follow.
follows? What the fuck?
Rolling in.
What the fuck
All
is?
that ever happens is what, like, so when these people get canceled, support rolls in. Rolls in.
That is the most important thing to do. Like, I at one point I do want to, like, when I reach 100 followers, I kind of do want to get canceled a bit just to get more like. I don't know why I do that, but the reason, one of the main things to do, what many celebrities say, like, if if Speed has been constantly canceled many times on Twitch, that means he's doing something. He did something good. If you ever thought of it, how many people? What are some of the best streamers out there? From the WNL to the Poggers to the VTuber community, who have been canceled multiple times, who are being suspended, come back up with bigger power. Think of it. Think of it. It was the wrong. It was just. I mean, you had guys like Tekashi 69 back in the 2010s. People try to cancel him because he's a fucking clown. He still is a clown. But we made him famous for so much hate. Our boy Jase, XXX Tentacion, and many other artists, and including virtual artists like people who draw, controversial ones. Citus Arts, that's another character for artist, for example. He's what he does a lot of controversial art that what we basically is lolicon. Yet he didn't give a fuck. He said what he wanted to say. And it's controversial, and it's like you can disagree about it and all that stuff, but and I'm gonna give you, like, I'll show you right now. I'm gonna see if I can try to find him. Like Citus, this guy, how crazy you have to be to actually, like, you have content that is like entirely 18 plus, right? I can't show it because it's YouTube. You have, and daringly, you have about 344K followers because he doesn't bend down. He doesn't bend down to it. But and even though there are some things I kind of uncomfortable with, you know what? I respect that.
It's funny. Like, this whole shit that Vice is doing to her is 2016 tactics. It's only worked on a spineless developer because they're in a culture of fear of these people. You screwed up with that. And you're paying for it too now by losing all the support because you dumped the person who built your game. What a bunch of morons. This is why I usually don't take sponsors. And she didn't even make that much money from them. She just loved the game. So because she loved the game, they sponsored her. And I don't even think she was making that much money from them. She just did it because she genuinely liked their game. Now, the other company, they're going for the Gamer Sups brand. As far as I know, she hasn't been dropped by them. And they're actually being smart and not saying anything. They're not saying anything. They're just ignoring it, as they should.
Yep.
But this company, man, they didn't have to drop her, and they did. And now they're paying for it. So, yeah, check her out. She doesn't deserve this. She's been trending. Like, people are shitting all over Vice and these people that are going after her. And rightfully so. I would definitely say do not buy that game.
Look at that. Just look at the comments right there. She sleeps like a baby. Fragrant error. Tax failed successfully.
And you can do what you want, but I'm not supporting developers that do this kind of shit ever again. So, there is that. So, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Also, if you would, check out my comic. Doing something myself so that I can say whatever I want as I like to do. And I thank you for your consideration. Also, if you would, please share the video, share the link to the comic. That's free to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you, anybody who's watching the stream. That's it to all y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the music. I hope you guys enjoyed the drawing. I am glad that we'll be watching together. Like to subscribe to my channel. I'm Element Reptile. I am I'm your artist. I'm your digital artist, illustrator, and top of that, once again,